Hello there. Right, I've recently picked up a 4-jaw chuck. It's a 5-inch. There's no maker's marks or anything on it. It was in fairly clean condition. Come off eBay. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it now. It wasn't a lot. Probably about, I think about £30 I paid for it. But anyway, it seems quite good. Probably an import, but all seems to work. It's got a chuck key with it. There's no obvious damage or anything on it, but it didn't have a back plate. So this came in probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and so I've been looking for a back plate, and I was going to actually buy a blank one and machine the thread and everything in there myself. But then this came up on eBay, and it's supposed to have the same thread to go on there, and that's what I'm going to use to go on to the new 4-jaw. But it's very mucky at the moment, so it's going to need a clean up. Yeah, the register's not far off. That's nearly there. It just wants taking down a little bit to get it in there. But the threads are mucky inside, and they look a little bit damaged as well. But we'll see how they go on. But I think first off, before I mount this on, it wants a good clean up. So I think I'll do that next. I'll give it a good clean up, and then we'll come back and see how the threads fit. Alright, there you go. It's cleaned up, much better than it was. And I don't know if this is going to be very clear, but in there, let's see, you can see there is, now I don't know if that's actual damage to the threads or that was porosity in the casting, and I think that probably is the case by the looks of that. So I think that'll be alright. And will it fit? Yes, it does. But the problem being, bring you across to this side, it's not going on far enough. So we really want the nose of the spindle to sit sort of flush or a little bit below that surface there. Really ought to put my board back on there, don't I? I want to mess around with this. So I think you can see with the original chuck that came with it, this back plate here, that's much thinner. So what we need is that we need 1.87 inches, and that is roughly that is 2.135 by the looks of that inches. So there's quite a bit of meat to come off the back of it. I won't take it off the front because we want the threads. So I suppose the only way I can do that is mount it on this way. but it's not going. It won't wind on. I wonder why that is. So why won't that go on that way? I'll have to look at that, won't I? I might have to take a little bit out of the centre here just to get it started. Which may mean putting it in the mounting that in the 3 jaw, and then just bring the cutter in and just chamfer that a little bit. I think I'll try that. We'll see how we go. Okay, I've got that in the 3 jaw now. I'm not going to worry about centre or how true it's running because I'm only just chamfering a bit in there. It's not going to affect any surfaces. Readjusted the top slide. Bring this into a better position. Alright, we're somewhere near there. See, what I ought to do, I think this is cast. I'm just going to put a rag under there, keep some of the nasty dust off. Do. I think perhaps we want to adjust that so it's in a bit more. I think we'll bring this around a bit more. Okay, we'll try it at that. Seems to have taken that out. But we'll try and see if it'll thread on now. Right, we're all set up. We'll see if we can chamfer that out of there. Like that's relieved that. I don't think that's the best bit on there. We'll see if it'll go on now. Alright, that didn't work chamfering it, so I've got a little thread cutting, internal thread cutting tool there. This is my first ever attempt at, well, I'm tidying up a thread, I think, because I've actually run it through. I'm only running it by hand. I'm not going to power up this machine. So it's taken a little bit off just the first couple of threads where it was tight, and then the further it gets in, it just goes slack. So I think I've picked up the thread in the right place. It took a bit of adjusting using the compound slide and the cross slide just to wiggle it and get it in the right position for the thread, but I think I'm there now. So I'm just going to bring it in a little bit more, wind it into the hand, and see that's just caught there. And that was nearly going on when I turned this round. It was nearly going on to the spindle, but not quite. So I'm just guessing the thread wasn't quite formed on this other end. I shall just bring it in a tiny bit more. I think that'll do. Right, I'll get ready to take this off and we'll come back.